What's good, everybody? It's Hamza, and today, guys, I'm coming to you with a brand new video. But before we end that, guys, please go ahead and leave a like on this video, guys. Let's try and get 20 likes on this video. We've been crushing our goals, so let's keep it up, guys. And also, we're so close to 7,000 subscribers, so please go ahead and leave a subscription if you are not yet subscribed, or share with a friend, let them know, because we are going to be doing a super crazy giveaway at 7,000, guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And again, check out all the links down below. You'll find my Discord and my Instagram, and make sure you guys comment anything about the video, guys. I try my best to respond to each and every single one of your guys' comment. But without further ado, guys, let's get right into the video. Alright, guys, so starting off with the video, of course, it is a direct follow-up to my previous video, guys, which is the deck profile. If you guys haven't seen the combos, please go ahead and click one of these things over here. The combo's probably going to be up there, guys. But anyways, I will be going in depth with my explanations as well, so of course stay till the end of the video so you get the true explanation of the video, guys. But yeah, starting off with the video, of course, we are playing triple Swordsoul of Mo Yi, triple Long Yuan, and double Tai. Now again, for the Swordsoul lineup, there's not really much to explain. We've been dealing with these cards for almost 2 years now. You almost never play triple Mo Yi. You definitely do side one out when you go second. I guess that's probably what I can tell you guys. But apart from that, that's like Mo Yi. Triple Long Yuan is probably the best card. You want to open this card no matter what, or you always want to search it. You want to always open it in your hand, or you always want to search it. You get it. But anyways, you want triple Long Yuan, triple Mo Yi, and then double Tai. This card, I remember people were saying that you have to play it at 1, and I definitely see the reason for it. And the reason for it, guys, is that Taya is essentially a soft brick in this deck, meaning that you actually don't want to open this card, or you don't want to lead with this card, because he's not really a normal summon in this deck. The only true pure normal summons in this deck going first are triple Mo Yi and triple Ecclesia. So when there's the math that I believe Jesse Kahn said in his video, when he said that you want 5 normal summons in your deck, you essentially have 6 normal summons, so it's not that bad. And opening Taya is not too bad as well, because he's still a name at the end of the day. The thing is, you always want one Taya in your deck for a Yazi play, and then the second Taya is for a follow-up play. But it's really weird when you open him, which is why I understand why people call him a soft brick and you want to play one. But because you play Potter Desires, you can't really afford to play one Tide, because he's just really good. It's just that it's a little weird opening him in your opening hand when you have to do a tie play. But again, anyways, that's the only thing for that. But apart from that, guys, the lineups haven't changed. Then triple Swordsoul of Ecclesia, or Incredible Ecclesia the Virtuous. I'm gonna call it Swordsoul of Ecclesia. I said in my combo video, I said it, and I'm gonna say it in my deck file. It's Swordsoul of Ecclesia. If anyone else tells you wrong, just tell them to refer to my videos. But yeah, we play triple Ecclesia again. For this lineup, it's almost always gonna be the same in every single deck profile, except maybe 2 Ecclesia, maybe 1 Tide. But again, guys, that's it for the Swordsoul cards, or like the Swordsoul monsters. Then moving on to the Tenyis again, which is something very standard, or it's going to be standard in the future. It's going to be so triple Ashuna, which is like one of the best ones. Special summon Ashuna, link it away, go into Monk. Ashuna banish, summon a monster from the deck. Worst case scenario, it gets you some cool little interactions, and I can show you guys a cool little interaction at the end of the video. But we go so triple Ashuna, triple Vashuda, and then double Athara. So triple Vashuda is like one of the better ones I decided to play. You can technically only play the double Vashuda and just run it at 40, and that's perfectly fine as well. Just playing triple Vashuda is really nice when you go second against other decks, because Vashuda is like, it forces an immediate answer, because as soon as he hits the board and he goes into the Monk, your opponent has to respond there, otherwise Vashuda is going to bounce card. So he is really good. Just depending on the way you play this deck, you can probably get away with playing just 1 Vashuda, or 2 Vashuda, sorry, so it's fine. And then double Athara. Now Athara is the only other card that I would prioritize going 3 of over Vashuda. The reason for it is that there's a lot of really nice lines when you go second. We're going into Athara Long Yuan, or Athara into something else. Being a level 1 tuner is very crucial. So again, that's it for Athara, but again, it's not the Haki Fibrax build, so we don't really need triple Athara, so just 2 is fine. And then the 1 Water Tenyi, which is the Shtana. I did think about playing the other ones as well, which are Mapura, I think was the fire one. Mapura is really good because when you do the Ashuna line to summon one from deck, going into Mapura is good because you have 2 different attributes. But for the most part, the second 8 you're making almost always is Draco Berserk, so it didn't really come up. Mapura is also good in the mirror match as well when they go like blackout to target. You can basically like banish it to negate the targeting of a non-effect monster, and you essentially negate the overall effect to pop your cards as well. So it's really good in that regard also. So it's just like another thing, but playing Shtana is really good. And this is probably going to be a lot more consistent moving on to the future, because it also works with Ashuna, because like I said before, it makes Taya essentially a 1-card combo, or emergency 1-card combo, but also facilitates a lot of really nasty boards. The benefit of Swordsoul is that it's a really fair deck in a sense, but you can pilot it to do a lot of like super saucy plays against your opponent. So that's why I really enjoy playing Swordsoul, especially when you play the water one. It enables a lot more sauce. Like the sauce potential is absolutely through the roof. But that's it for like the main deck monsters or the engine guys, and that's why I think that this deck is very powerful. You play like 20 engine cards that can essentially break a board, if not more. But then moving on to the hand traps, which is definitely going to be the flavor of this format. I'm playing triple Ash Blossom again, Branded Fusion, Gigantic Sprite, stops all sorts of cards. So Ash Blossom is a very powerful card, and the benefit to Swordsoul is that it doesn't really lose to Ash Blossom as hard, especially if you sequence your cards properly. So a lot of people have the issue where they're saying, oh, my Ecclesia is getting Ash and I'm losing the game, but that's why I was showcasing, guys. The sequencing of which you play Swordsoul is very important, because then you can choose what hand traps you lose to. You can almost sculpt your hand to play around it, so it's very good. Again, triple Nibiru, because this card's probably in every single deck, if not main deck, then side deck for sure. Then I decided to opt to triple Effect Veiler, because I feel like Nibiru plus any form of negation is really good, because it's a guaranteed board wipe no matter what you're playing. So Nibiru and Veiler is very good. I also like Veiler because Veiler is a level 1 hand trap, so it works really well with Long Yuan, with Vashuda as well. And again, we're playing triple Vashuda, so I think that playing triple Vashuda, double Veiler is still full combo at the end of the day, or combo in a sense. And then of course we are playing triple Swordsoul of Emergence, because why would I not play Reinforcement of the Army that I can banish, I can reveal as a name, I can discard, and if this card gets banished, I can level modulate to help OTK going second. So Swordsoul Emergence is really crazy. And then we're playing triple Heavenly Dragon Stroke. So this is another card. So in a lot of the lists that I was watching and I was testing, the two main flex spots were these two here. So you can either play two Heavenly Dragon Circle, triple Vashuda, or you can play triple Heavenly Dragon Circle, one Vashuda, or you can play both. I personally like this lineup here, where you just play triple Heavenly Dragon Circle and double Vashuda. I think that's a very solid thing, because it kind of helps you sculpt your hand and not brick too many on like multiple names, because again, this deck plays a lot of 3-ofs. But Heavenly Dragon Circle is very good. One, it's very good because, again, it facilitates a lot of plays, dodging infinite impermanence on your Moyis, on your Tires, things of that nature. And then, again, because you're playing the Water Tenyi, it makes Heavenly Dragon Soul even better. Because, again, I'm sure if you guys don't know, you go normal summon Moyi, reveal the card. They go chain infinite impermanence, you go Heavenly Dragon Circle, tribute the Moyi. So now Moyi will resolve to summon the token, and then you basically add Ashuna or Water Tenyi, and then special the Water Tenyi, and then go Water Tenyi and token away into Shishao and continue plays from there by dodging an Imper. It can also be really nice when you're forced to make a Shishao first and a Baron second. Heavenly Dragon Circle can tribute those cards to get an Ashuna, and then even if you get Nibiru, you can still continue playing in a very weird manner, being able to reborn your Shishao off of the Shaman. So now you actually technically have a monster negate through Nibiru, which is very nice as well. So it's another way to facilitate your plays, guys. And like I said before, depending on how you sequence, depending on how you play, you guys can almost play through every single hand trap, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3. So it's really, really good. And that's why I like Heavenly Dragon Circle. And then it does have the nice fact where you can banish this card and add one Tenyi card from your deck to your hand, so you can get any Tenyis later on. But again, it's only one effect per that turn, and except the turn of Center Graveyard, blah blah whatever. Then playing double Pot of Greed, because why would we not? If this card's at 3, I played at 3. If this card's at 1, I played at 1. Doesn't matter. This card's crazy. You play so many 3-ofs, it doesn't matter what you banish. And literally the odds of you banishing like 3 3-ofs is absolutely crazy. So yeah, and then we're playing triple infinite impermanence just to round off the hand traps at 12 defensive cards, and then we're playing the 1 Swordsoul Blackout. Now moving on, guys, to the tech choices. Now there's a lot of tech choices in Swordsoul, and I feel like that's what makes it very powerful. Just being able to kind of sculpt your deck in a way that will almost facilitate a lot of OTKs if you think about it, and being able to sculpt your deck around the meta while still being able to be super consistent with engine cards. So that's the main appeal of Swordsoul. So you guys can play Rivalry of Warlord. This is more of a side deck card in my opinion, but you can definitely play it going first, because again, if you guys see, look at all these worm monsters. Every single card is worm monster except Nib and Ecclesia. And if you start to play with Ecclesia, it doesn't really matter. So playing triple Rivalry of Warlord is pretty good. But like I said before, it is definitely a side deck card. You can play Vessel for the Dragon Cycle, because essentially it's like Turbo Draco Berserker or Turbo Chaofeng, which isn't bad in this metagame because we play Nibiru the Primal Being. I remember what older people were doing is they were going 2 and 2, so 2 Vessel and 2 Circle. It's just a little weird because you just want to open one of them. Circle is very good going second but not first. And then again, Cycle is very good going first but not second. So you kind of pick your poison. I feel like in the current metagame right now, the way the decks are shaping out with the popular with their uprise of like infinite impermanence, popularity increase of infinite impermanence, effect veiler, things of that nature, having Heavenly Dragon Circle is a lot better because you can bait it and then just circle dodge. You can also play Swordsoul Sacred Summit. Now this card is also a really nice card because if you open the hand of like Moyi, Long Yuan, Taya, you Moyi reveal Long Yuan, summon token, Long Yuan discard Taya, summon thing, Long Yuan and Guy into Baron. this card can go to Shishao, and Shishao can search you the Reborn spell. Then you can Reborn spell the Taya, banish the Reborn spell, and then go into like a Shen Shen or something like that. So it's really good. It's just that it's a little weird right now because it's pretty slow, I'm not gonna lie, and the format's in a weird space. So like maybe you can side this card if you go first, or maybe you can just main deck this card like this, cut a card. It's just up to personal preference in that regard. But I actually really do think that this card is very nice, being able to have a free monster born. So again, it's really nice. Then you guys can play the one Abyss Dragon Swordsoul. Just right now, out of the 3 decks, there's only 1 deck that plays the field spell, which is, well, I guess 2 with Runic, but there's only 1 deck which is Cashier, and Cashier has the field spell. And Cashier does banish by card effect, but you need this card in your hand or graveyard. And if you're going second, this card's almost never going to be in your graveyard because they have a Rise Art. Against Runic Fountain as well, it's kind of a weird state where like you can technically do it, and there's a lot of ways to banish it, but it's still kind of bricky in that regard as well. And the benefit to Runic is they almost always have it, so maybe you can side deck this card, but then you can play Mourner as well against the Cashier matchup. You can even play the Bystials also, because against Branded they're not bad, but again, I would definitely recommend siding this card. Destrudo's just a really good card, so you can like main deck triple Destrudo and it wouldn't matter. And then we have Book of Eclipse. So I personally opted to play triple Effect Fielder. You can definitely play Book of Eclipse. I think a Book of Eclipse is very good when you're going into like a sort of defined meta where you know that there's going to be Cashier, so maybe an event. But out of locals, you can definitely get away with playing triple Effect Dealer, where it covers a lot of rogue matchups as well, where Book of Eclipse wouldn't really do that. So being able to side Book of Eclipse is pretty good. But that's it for the tech cards, guys. Let me know what you guys think about the tech cards. Now let's moving on to the extra deck. So guys, the extra deck, we are playing double Monk. You can definitely opt to play triple Monk. Again, in my opinion, I feel like you don't really need the triple Monk now. If you're playing triple Vishuddha, you can see the argument for it, but in general, I feel like playing triple Monk, it's not that important, especially with D-Barrier in the format, and I'll show you guys why. We play the one Shaman. Now, this is the only card I thought about playing 2 of. With Heavenly Dragon Circle, you can go first and make a Shaman, and then go second and make a Shaman, so it's really good. And then Shaman helps you OTK with monks, things of that nature, being able to reborn. Again, guys, a lot of Swordsoul players don't know it, or maybe they do know it and they're just chets, is when you activate Shaman to reborn, you cannot use the effects of special monsters from the extra deck except Tenyi's. So this is what I was saying, where if you go Shaman, discard to reborn a Cheng Ying, then Cheng Ying will be able to activate its effect because he wasn't special summoned from the extra deck. But if you go Shaman, discard, summon Moyi, Moyi reveal, Moyi go into Shishao, you cannot use Shishao because Shaman locks you in. Again, we played the one Lina. Now I feel like if you main deck Nibiru, you have to play Lina in the extra deck. Reason for it, guys, think about this. You go Nibiru, summon a monster to their side of the field, summon Nib, normal summon a monster, go Nib and monster away into Lina, Lina crash into the token, and then Lina can go ahead and search any monster with a 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand, and lo and behold, Ecclesia is 1500, so Lina can search Ecclesia. Then we play the one Asa. Now this card is a little iffy. It's pretty good under D-Barrier because you can like D-Barrier or reborn their Fenrir, but that's about it. I just thought that because I had one flex spot, I decided to play the Asa as my main flex spot. Being able to do it, and again, Asa has a cool effect where if she's destroyed, you can go ahead and add like Ather, so it's not that bad. But yeah, so that's it for the Link monsters. Then move on and play the one Yazi. Like I said before, Yazi is really good because you can facilitate a lot of plays, being with Swordsoul Emergence, manipulating your levels. Tai is very good at getting Yazi on board because Tai can banish the Emergence, so it's really nice. Manipulate insta levels like that. Adhara plus Long Yuan also does this play. Again, Ecclesia works getting Taya also, so it's really nice in that regard. Any of the hand traps also do it to get into it. Even if you play Destrudo, you can get into it. Double Backstay because Backstay is just absolutely crazy, and this is why I said that maybe playing Mapura might not be too bad because then you get double attributes, so Backstay can get more spins. But Backstay goes absolutely crazy with the Tenyis though. Like, think about this. Ashuna Vessel combo, you literally end up going this and this, so that's double attributes, so you spin. Then you play the one Chao Feng because again, this is how you play around Nibiru going first. Then you play double Shishao, one Draco Berserker as the last 8. Now Draco Berserker works really well. It's not as good as it used to be, just because again, there's no tier effects, things of that nature, but it still helps remove problem cards going second or even going first. And then one Xisheng Long Yuan because it's absolutely crazy, especially against Cashier. This card goes absolutely nuts. Think about this. Special summon Unicorn. They can't even use Unicorn effect. You go Xisheng Long Yuan, banish the Unicorn. They go activate Birth. You go Xisheng Long Yuan, banish the Birth. It's absolutely nuts. Cheng Ying, this is how you game a lot of Cashier decks and a lot of other decks as well, because he's basically very underrated. So he's a big boy. He protects himself, and then he has this effect right here. For each banished card, this card gains 100 attack and defense, and monsters your opponent control lose 100 attack and defense. So it sucks because he doesn't buff your own monsters. He only buffs himself, but he debuffs your opponent's entire board. So it literally makes Monk a beater, because then Monk literally is almost always able to beat a monster. 10 cards banished off Paw Desires means that Monk can attack over a 2000 attack monster. It's pretty good. And then we play the one Baron, of course, to round off the extra deck and things of that nature, guys. But again, guys, that was it for the deck profile. Again, it's Swordsoul. There's not much to explain about. If you guys want to see live duels, you guys want to see me play around hand traps or explain it a little better, guys, either shoot me a message or let me know so I know you guys are interested in. Again, guys, like the video if you made it this far, guys. Alright, guys, so now I'm just going to get into the quick interaction with Heavenly Dragon Circle. I'm sure you guys know how this works, but I just wanted to kind of like walk you through the steps because some people just want to be able to see it because they can't really learn the other ways. But yeah, basically you go like normal Mo Yi, you can reveal any of the names, and your opponent goes like, let's say they go infinite impermanence, right, to target the Mo Yi. You'll trigger Heavenly Dragon Circle here. So now Heavenly Dragon Circle will tribute Mo Yi to be able to search, so you can get either Ashuna or the Water Tenyi. I like to get Ashuna because it's essentially deck thinning, and depending on what your hand is, you can continue playing from there. If not, it's perfectly fine as well. But this will essentially grab you your Ashuna. And now that the chain resolves, Heavenly Dragon Circle tributes to get the Ashuna, and then Mo Yi will resolve to summon the token like this. Then what you'll do is you'll banish Ashuna, so you'll declare Ashuna to banish it, and then Ashuna will go ahead to special summon out the Water Tenyi like this. And then again, from here, guys, we can go ahead and synchro summon our monsters away into our Shishao or anything like that. And then Shishao will go ahead and trigger, and then Shishao can go ahead and essentially add you cards like Long Yuan, because we're assuming that Mo Yi resolved, meaning that you had a card to reveal in your hand. So you can get Long Yuan, and then you can go Long Yuan effect. Again, know that you are, of course, locked into worms. But you can go Long Yuan, send this card to the graveyard, special summon out Long Yuan like this, summon the token, and then link these two cards away, your sorry synchro summon, these two cards away into like a Shishing Long Yuan, and then you burn for 12. So through an infinite impermanence, you still ended on your full board, which is kind of crazy. And again, if that card is Taya, if you play Sacred Summit, you have all sorts of nasty plays as well. So guys, that was it for the video. If you guys liked the video, please go ahead and leave a like on the video, guys. Again, comment if you guys have something to say, because I try my best to respond to each and every single one of your guys' comments. And again, subscribe if you made it to the end of the video and you are not yet subscribed, because we're trying to hit 7,000 subscribers really soon, guys. My name's Hamza. Like I always say, keep on shining, never go on your dreams. Peace.